Hello everyone, Daisy here, back again with another layout. This time I am using a sketch from Sketches in Time. It's number 247 and I included it at the beginning of this video. So here you just see me trimming down my photo and I'm using a white background again. This is from the color book that I bought from Walmart. It's just kind of a white textured cardstock. The photo I'm using is my family at when we went to the pumpkin patch. They had a hay maze or a hay bale maze, and the kids and my husband were having a great time crawling around on top of all the hay bales. So here you just see me pulling out quite a few different 6x6 papers. I decided that I'm going to try to start using up more of my 6x6 paper pads. So for my next few layouts, I've been using a lot of them. Now I do use papers from the Studio Calico That-A-Way collection and the Crepe Paper Craft Market, and I think Maggie Holmes Confetti collections. I believe those are the papers that I end up using. So I'm just working on a few layers here. Now the photo I'm using is a little bit smaller than the one called for in the sketch. It's not, it's not quite 4x4, so I do build it up a lot and put a lot of layers behind it. And so you're just going to see me messing around with that. Now this photo was taken from a distance, so like the people are really small, but I really like the whole entire photo, including the sky and the hay and everything. So I just used that wood grain, that darker one. That is from the confetti from Maggie Holmes. And then that chevron wood grain there, that is from from Studio Calico That-A-Way. And then this blue one that I'm using now, that is from Craft Market. So I'm just going to work on my layers here. Now this sketch did give me a little bit of a challenge, just because it was really kind of busy, and so I was struggling because I didn't know how to go about using the sketch, but to keep it at my like my aesthetic and how I like to um, design my pages. But I do end up, figuring it out in the end, and I really love the end result of this. So that red paper is also from the Studio Calico That-A-Way collection, and those are gonna pretty much make up my layers right there. Excuse me. So now I'm going to work on some of the so now I'm just going to work on some of the other elements that are in the layout, like that tag up at the top, and I'm going to cut this blue paper down into a little banner. You're going to see me playing around with a few other things like some pinwheels and washi tape, but I do end up pulling all that off. I really do end up loving this layout, but it really was a struggle, and I kept kind of stopping and going and stopping and going. So there is some gaps coming up in the video because I just started getting frustrated with it, and so I walked away for a little bit. Here you're going to see me put down this washi tape, but I do end up taking that off as well. I just didn't want it to be super duper duper busy, but I wanted to have a lot of the same elements that were in the sketch. So I do end up coming up with a solution, I guess, to how I want to mimic some of the elements in the sketch. But this is not how it how it ends up. So for this layout, because it was kind of like an autumn themed layout, you know, going to the pumpkin patch and we went on a hayride and all that, I decided that I wanted to do kind of an autumn theme. Um, but I don't like kind of the typical, I guess, autumn things like leaves and that sort of stuff. So I decided to use more of a color scheme that I felt kind of went autumn. And so that's where, or that's how I'm using like the wood grains and the red. The blue I thought matched really well with the sky in the photo. And so here I'm going to use some gold paint and I'm just going to use my, that roller. It has hearts on it. It's from American Crafts. And so when I roll it in the paint and roll it on my paper, it kind of does the negative effect of the hearts. Like the hearts aren't showing up. They're removed from the paint, I guess, if that makes sense. It does in my head, but I don't know if I'm explaining it right. So, um, yeah, so I'm just going to set that background aside so that it can dry a little bit, and then I'm going to outline all of my elements here. Now you're going to see quite a few that I didn't have pulled out before, and they are from various die cut packs and everything. So the die cuts that I use are from October Afternoon, Farm Girl, October Afternoon, the Daily Flash, Flash Bulbs, the Apple Cider Collection, and um, the wood grain with the ampersand and the heart, and I think there's a little banner. Those are from a Teresa Collins collection. I'm not sure which one. But I decided that I wanted to pull everything together a little bit, so I'm outlining everything with my American Crafts precision pen. And you're just going to see me practice this little die cut because it's one of those, I don't even know what you would call it. It's got like a zigzag kind of edge on it, and it's a circle, and sometimes I don't like the way it looks once you outline it. So I practiced on the back and then turned it over. At this point, I had come up with kind of how I wanted the layout to go because I was really struggling and I didn't want to continue on with the video and have it be super duper long. Um, so I had played around with it a little bit off camera, and then so now you're going to see me magically put everything down exactly where I want it, and that's not the way it went at all. It took forever. I really like the way that the outlining kind of ties everything together. It makes it stand out and yet blend in together at the same time. So I'm just trying to include a mixture of circular elements and some of the stripes and everything in each one of the little clusters. I do put that little apple piece on there, and I mean, we didn't go apple picking or anything, but I thought it went well with the fall theme and the colors were right, so I used that. I'm just going to pop up some things on some fun foam. Now I was trying to figure out how to replicate, it's got, the sketch has like that little like ribbon on the bottom that's doing all these little curls and everything, and I couldn't figure out how I wanted to kind of bring that in. Um, but I did actually figure it out, and so you'll see me do that after I get all of this adhered. Now the video does cut off early because I just got stuck, and so I shut the video off and I walked away, and then I came back and figured out exactly what I wanted to do, and didn't think about turning my camera back on. So you will see me put down the twine that's over on the right hand side. That is just some twine. I have no idea where I got it from. Probably a thrift sale, I would imagine, but I'm not sure. It doesn't have a manufacturer or anything, so And then I do come back and add some Amy Tangerine thickers. They are the Lucky like word phrase thickers, and they are in a craft color. And I add the title, which is Love Life, and then I add some of the hearts, one to each of the clusters. So I'm going to try to adhere this down using my Tombow Mono Multi. And it works pretty well, but I do end up coming back with a staple in each end just because I wanted to make sure it wasn't going to go anywhere. And I wasn't sure how well this was going to hold. So you're going to see me adhere down this twine, and then in the close-up pictures, you will see the kind of end result after I add the title and everything. And like I said, I really kind of struggled with this sketch in the beginning, but I do absolutely love how it came out, and I really am happy with the kind of autumn theme that I went with, and I think it turns out great. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to know specific products and everything that I used, you can go to my blog for this blog post, and I will have a list of everything that I used. And if you would hit like or subscribe, that would be great. I am hoping to be able to have a giveaway soon. I'm almost up to 100 subscribers, which is unbelievable to me. I don't know, it's super exciting. So I'm thinking about doing a giveaway at 100 or 150 subscribers. So yeah, if you could subscribe, that would be great. Um, yeah, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you. See you later. Bye.